Because in America, if you take the money system away...
I'm not going to worry about it until it happens.
Oh, but it's happening right now in front of your face.
Hey, I get we have to fight Sentinel, but I just don't see how it's...
I'm hearing them... We got to fight Sentinel, the soldier guy right here holding a gun, but nobody else has a gun.
The outcasts are fighting, but they came here the same idealistic, tech-obsessed kids. Sentinel is a trained army. It's like sheep trying to fight wolves.
That's why they need us.
Right, anyway, the point that I was trying to get at is, I don't care.
Yes, we get it. You're going to get a gay box, and you want to support the deep state. Get it?
I want to buy the superior product, that's how I see it.
Superior? Stop saying that Luciferian shit.
It's superior! It's the master race! Hitler was right!
Tell your mom to quit smoking drugs. That's not good if she's coughing like that.
I know.
How long she's been coughing like that?
Don't worry about it. I'm worried about it. That's good enough.
How has this occupation been going on for so long?
Jonathan, why don't you go to the doctor and get checked out?
She already did.
What is it? Emphysema?
She needs to stop smoking, I'll say that much. We both need
to. Yeah,
that's why
because
we're stopping in January.
I stopped smoking because when my doctor told me it
I don't want
to
talk about personal stuff.
You talk about it because I want to.
Where have you been for the last 50 years?
Either way, there are 30,000.
But that's the saying.
Most of them American citizens. They can't just leave us.
I'm handling it. Don't worry. I'm dealing.
Slap her around and tell her who's boss. Do we have to put her in the MK Ultra mind control to tell her what we need to do to her?
What's really interesting though is I didn't actually realize until I saw it with my own eyes.
You ever see yourself doing this?
Oh, your own eyes what?
Well, how important and how much of a difference the CPU makes.
Jonathan, if you, like I said, if you build your own computer, you'd be amazed.
The thing is, dude, I'm starting to understand more about the tech at this point, though. I mean, you know, people who read still know things, right? Book learning, or people who listen to reliable sources of information still can know some stuff about stuff.
Not reading, I'm talking about building. Reading is a different thing. Like when I learned in automotive, we had books to learn us to how to take things apart. But the thing is, it's better to work on it with your hands.
The thing is, though, mate, I don't need to build the PC to understand I/O throughput and CPU speeds and GPU speeds and SSD speeds. I don't need to build a PC to understand that stuff.
Okay, so how would you tie your shoes?
You know, everyone's gone to
Well, I get down on my hands.
No, don't on your hands and knees. Don't do that shit.
I get down on my hands and knees and say, "Take me, Satan!"
Oh God, now you're in my world. Get out! I gotta summons the demons and they're in my video game. When you gonna have your first sacrilegion with a baby? When you go to the dark side?
I mean, but dude, the thing is, you know, I can look at examples and demonstrations and differences and all that. Like, okay, yeah, I don't exactly... I mean, well, I guess it just comes down to RAM. The thing is, I understand the numbers, mate. Because numbers don't lie, and you don't need to personally interact with something to understand the numbers behind it. I don't need to build a PC to understand the numbers behind the tech that goes into building a PC.
Jonathan.
Like GPUs, CPUs, SSDs, all that.
No, go online for a computer website and just go look at like all the parts you need just to build one fucking system. It's fucking crazy. Yeah,
I'm sure it takes a lot more parts, you know, like motherboards and all that shit and everything else. I get that, but I don't really care about those parts, you know, because they're not the important parts. The important parts are the CPU, the GPU, the SSD, and all that. Hey?
I was saying, I wasn't saying perverted things.
I mean, yeah, you know, I understand there's more that go. I fully understand that there's more that goes into it than that. But
you got to get your work out first.
the fact of the matter is, you know, a console or a PC is only as fast as its slowest part, right? And if the GPU, CPU, or the storage device, so, you know, whether it be hard drive or solid state drive, if one of those is slower, is too slow, and obviously these are the parts that make, because these are the parts that make the difference, right? You've got your motherboard, and your motherboard just does one thing. It can't be any faster or slower about it. You've got your other parts that do the other things, but the GPU, the CPU, and the storage device are the most important parts of any PC or console, because they're the parts that actually control how well it runs, or how fast it is, you know, like how good the CPU is, like how many things, you know, how many things can you have going on at once. The system RAM is how many things can you have going on at once while managing, sorry, no. The system RAM is how many things can you have going on at once, and the CPU has to manage all those things that are going on at once efficiently, right? Like, say, for example, you've got a piece of shit CPU, right, but a really good RAM. You could have multiple programs running, but it's going to take you about 10 years to load into another program from one other if your CPU is a piece of shit. Alright, then I'll leave the party.
Stop it! Listen to me.
I'm just proving to you that I don't need to build a fucking PC to know what I'm talking about.
Oh my god. Just... I get it. I know how it works. Why are you telling me something I already know? I'm way ahead of that.
Because
I've already been there and done that. But now you're trying to teach me about something. Why are you telling me something I already know? But why talk about it?
Alright, I'll explain then. I know you know it.
No, we know where it goes when you explain it. It's the same thing.
I'll give you the short version. Let
me set my timer.
Okay. I know you're aware, but the thing is, you always tell me, oh, you need to build a PC to know this stuff. I'm just trying to prove to you that I know this stuff without having to build a PC.
Never mind. Never mind! It's like... You could say you saw a video of a guy cutting the grass, and then you're going to say, I know about cutting grass. I saw a video on it.
It really isn't that simple. It really is not that... You're comparing something mundane and easy to complicated tech and numbers. It's really not that simple.
Jonathan, I just said it again. You're not listening. Listen to what I just said. You only see what you look at, right? When you look at it, you're like, oh, I already know about that. That's basically what I'm saying you're doing. It's like...
What?
Okay, example, again.